Warhammer 2. So the last episode, I believe, is when Chaos finally decided it wanted to show up here. And we've been attacked by the Bjornlings here. I think we did lose one settlement somewhere around here. Galbaraz, we did lose Granty Mingle, but we took that back. But we also lost Galbaraz here. So we're fighting Chaos. We've finally gotten peace with the Empire because that was going bad. We're actually like suddenly becoming really friendly with them. Apparently they've forgotten most of the war that we've been up against them. So hey, that's a good thing. So now we're pretty much just preparing to go up against all of the lovely Chaos factions. Let's see. So up here we have Archeon. He's hanging out along with Kolek. We did take out Sigvald. But yeah, we have Archeon, Kolek, and then Sarthoriel. All three of which are going to be quite troublesome. So probably best bet right now, try and consolidate our forces a little bit. Belgar, we're going to put you into a raiding stance. Ungrim, we'll move you over here. Let's see. So that one will rejoin with Belagar. And Ungrim, we're going to recruit some forces into your army. Well, I was going to, but apparently I don't have anything available there. I could do the Slayer Shrine. That would be useful because it would increase our Untainted and all that. Well, I guess we could go ahead and do that. And then work on doing Giant Slayers that we could recruit. It's not the perfect option, but it's an option. So, you know what, we'll go for it. Build the reinforced gate there. And let's see, Waldenhof, let's build some... Oh, we do have some defenses there. Drakenhof. Oh, I want to do the trading depot, but I can't afford it right now. So down here to the south, we have Throny Ironwill. And then we have our big player army with Pickles Grombrindle. And then we have Rainbow Farts and Vault Dweller and all the others down here. Hey there, Ghost. You ask, where's Sneaky Boy 69? We did put him in this. Yep, he is with the rest of the hero lords, or the hero units. And hey there, NCR. So yeah, Sneaky Boy is here. NCR, did we ever make a unit for you? If not, I think we can afford to make one. We'd have to do it probably up here. Let's see, it's not a runesmith that we're making. It would have to be... Oh yeah, the guy from... No, not... You know, if we have the Gromerald Forge, we don't need an armory here at Bitterstone. Let's take that out. Ghost says I need to make sure he's okay. This is the one. The Master Engineer is probably the one that's suitable for NCR. Alright, this guy, we'll move him here. This one... You know what, I think we'll keep us both. Now we'll leave it like that for now. And then our hero army will move them forward a little. And then we'll put them into an ambush stance. Hey there, Pickle. Hippity hoppity, your GPU is now my property. So you've gone from trying to steal my power supply to now trying to steal my GPU. Darn you, Pickle. Yeah, poor Pickle, he, why does Nagaron hate me so much? Oh, treaties with Lothern, that is probably why. So yeah, poor Pickle, his brother's kid ended up... Ooh, trade agreement. Should we go for a military alliance with Bretonnia? I think we'll do that. We're making alliances with everyone else. And they're like number 3, so it's a good alliance. So yeah, Pickle's nephew, his brother's kid, ended up spilling water on his computer. So now his GPU is all messed up. Ghost says, okay, newbie, answer. The Division 1 or 2? I mean, I've never played either of them, so I can't really give a good answer there. If I had to say one, I mean, maybe 1 because it's more complete, I would think. I don't know. Completely, I guess, out of thin air there, Ghost. Ghost says, I want to get 1. Well, if you want to get the first game, maybe look at doing that. And Pickle says, my GPU is now dead. Yeah, any hope that Pickle had of playing Total War Warhammer 2 is gone for at least the next, what, 3 months, you said? 3.5 months? Oh, I just realized that's going to really, really suck because the whole summer you're going to be completely out of luck. Alright, the Empire wants a military alliance now, so sure, why not? We're just making a big empire. Hello there, Marth. And hello with the little raid. Oh, Ghost says not the Division 1, but just one of the games. Well, I still stick by saying get the first one. Again, it's only a guess because, I haven't played either of them, but... Pickle says, I'm waiting for that Gmail notification that Warhammer 2 is on discount, so I'm still going to buy it. Okay. And Kolek and all the other Imperials are going to rape poor... Who is this? Ostermark? I can't remember. You have Ostland, you have Ostermark, you have Nordland, you have... Oh, I can't keep track of all the mini Empire factions. Pickle says, but yeah, my summer is now boring. Alright, I don't want to join the war against the Silver Host, so screw you, little frog person. But yeah, moral of the story for anyone who hasn't seen it. Just don't let anyone use your computer. Unless you really, really trust them. Alright, Carrick Azul here wants me to also join that war. Again, I don't really want to. Ghost says, I'm leaning towards Division 2 because it takes place in spring, but the first one is cheaper. Well, I mean, if it's cheaper, you can get that one and maybe another game as well, Pickle says, hey, but 4th of July is coming, so blowing up stuff and catching things on fire. Well, maybe you can blow up your old GPU then, if it's not going to do anything for you. Alright, what was I going to look at? I was going to look at this here, yeah. The one, I have a little extension for, also, did everything just freeze there? I don't know if it, hold on. Let's see, do things still progress? If I go, no, things do not progress now. Okay, interesting. I changed some settings in Warhammer to make it full screen now instead of running in a window. In my screen it looks a little bit better. I don't know if it looks any better on the stream itself, but then again I don't know if the stream itself was negatively affected by it. Because I think I need a faster monitor pretty much. Grudge aborted. Well, that's something. Pickle says, it's strange. No huge fires going on in California. That's fishy to me.
The Dwarfs need me.
Alright, Scrumbrindle, move.
Summon me if you dare.
Okay, why are you not able to move? Oh, just because they were doing their thing. Okay, that's why. And Sierra says, newbie, you should play the Division. It doesn't really look like anything that's super interesting to me, though, NCR.
Using guild routes. Forwards.
Ghost says God is up to something. I mean, it could be, you know. Maybe the big one, maybe the big earthquake is finally approaching. And Sierra says, what game is this? This is Warhammer 2. Or Total War Warhammer 2. We've played this before, but... Or, you've been in stream when I've played this before, but the last time we did this, and you were around, I think you were around for the Vampire Coast faction. This time we're playing the Dwarves. Alright, so we have an opening to take on Archaon.
The slayer in me seeks death. You have my hammer.
It's gonna hurt.
Onward. The slayer throng moves. What?
And things may not go well at all with everything else going on here, because all the Chaos factions may come to attack. But if we can take out Archaon, we might do alright. Then again, he might just flee too, but we'll see what Archaon decides to do. Nope, he decides to battle us. That's good for us. Alright, so Archaon has a bunch of Chaos Chariots, and he has 3 Hell Cannons plus a Giant. Other than that, though, I mean, he has some Chaos Knights, but other than that, I think we'll do alright. Pickle says, I am God. I'm gonna just go up there in the forest with a flamethrower and a barrel of gasoline. Well, good luck, Pickle. Good luck. Alright, so for anyone who hasn't seen this before, Archaon is like the big bad guy of Total War Warhammer. So he's the herald of the end times, and pretty much the leader of Chaos Undivided. Which Chaos Undivided, there's 4 different Chaos gods, and you know, generally they fight amongst each other and that sort of thing. Chaos Undivided is pretty much when they all work together to do horrible things. Pickle says, does he touch little kids? I mean, probably with his sword, and I think that just made it worse. Insir says, I think I voted for that. Oh, for Total War Warhammer at some point? Alright, how do we want to do this? Probably want to have Slayers on the sides, Longbeards in the middle, Quarrelers will take up the middle. Yes, Pickle. Alright, this guy will be like right here. Then we're gonna have our Runesmith, Belagar, and our couple Thanes. Go says, also Division 1 takes place in New York and the second takes place in DC. So the first game is street battles, but the second is flat and nice streets and destroyed buildings. I still don't know what to necessarily recommend there. Oh dear, I just realized something. We're at a bad position as far as those hell cannons go.
Commander, take it down from afar. Don't let it near your massed infantry.
Oh dear, incoming hell cannons. Alright, you guys, move forward now. Pickle says, how many cops do you need to change a light bulb? 2? None, because they'll be too busy beating the black in the room. I mean, I understand that's a police brutality joke, but at the same time, didn't really do it for me. I'm laughing more at the stupidity of it than anything else. And Sierra says, let's see, as far as the division goes, they're both after the outbreak of the dollar flu. I'm very confused on that. My poor Slayers. Move, Slayers, move. Oh dear. Flee! Flee! It's a good thing dwarves have some resistance to fire. Glass. So how was my day? Not too bad. As I said earlier, I had my craps class earlier today. Alright, let's send our little force up against these guys. See how we do against Chaos Warriors. Ooh, that hurts. Archaon has some powerful magic attacks there. Alright, let's put these guys into a separate group. Oh dear. Alright, Quarrelers. Let's have you focus on that Chaos Giant there. And Sierra says, the dollar flu is a bioweapon that is a mix of, but not limited to, smallpox and Ebola. Ghost says, and put on dollars during Black Friday. Oh god, my giant slayers here are really taking some big damage. Alright, take out those Chaos Knights there. You guys really need to go take out those Hell Cannons like yesterday. Alright, and then you guys, let's put you into a melee front group and put you like right over here. Come on, kill that little last chaos dwarf there. There we go.
On my oath, they die. Wall of vengeance. Iron breakers.
Alright, let's see how my Iron Breakers do against Archaon here. Archaon has a lot of armor there, 132. Let's see, what else does he have? He has 40% ward save, 10% physical, 25% missile resistance, and he's also unbreakable as well.
My doom approaches. Axes out. Move now. War of vengeance. Ungrim Iron Fist. Strike out. Go.
Pickle says, why does he have Unbreakable? I don't know if he naturally has Unbreakable, or if that might just be something because of the campaign.
Zulrika. Thoron. Down. The rules of past. Kill hurts. Plow through.
But yeah, Unbreakable, for anyone who doesn't know, pretty much means that he will not, he won't rout, so you have to destroy his units.
The dammer's gone.
There we go. Alright, so we've defeated Archaon. We've taken a lot of damage, though. Pickle says, I thought they didn't. On many videos I saw, they didn't have any Unbreakable. It could be that those were videos from the custom battles. For the campaign, he might have either as an item or as something specific for the campaign. Something that lets him be unbreakable. Did I lose my one little dwarf hero? I think I did. Oh, I lost my, I know who I lost. Oh, I mean, he's still alive, fortunately, but he'll have to respawn. Pickle says, I was lied to. You were lied. They lied. They lied to you. You were bamboozled.
True king of AP.
Ew, that was expensive. A very expensive battle there. That was just wounded, right? Yeah, okay. I was like, I thought they were just wounded.
Lun's heir. I grow restless.
Pickle says they shall feel the wrath of the Shamehammer? Maybe. Although Kolek here is going to really hurt when he comes to attack. I think we're going to lose these two armies. Unfortunately. Oh, I did get a trait though. So Belagar got the immune to psychology trait for defeating Archaon. I guess that's something.
Master of runecraft.
Pickle says, do what weak people call retreating. So the biggest issue that I have is in doing this battle, I've pretty much used all my movement points. Now, I could go into march stance and try to retreat. The problem, though, is there are, like, if I go If they attack, I can retreat. But if I go into march stance and try to get away, I'm not going to be able to make enough distance to, like, probably really escape them. And the end result is going to pretty much be that if they come and attack me, I'll be completely wiped out. Because let's see. Colic's attack radius is there. Arcans. Well, actually, I might just be able to do it, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna do it. So theoretically, I think... Let me just double check. That's his. Oh no. I guess it was just because of how I was positioned. And now that I've suddenly gone into march stance, we're doomed. Okay, well, crap. Because somehow, even though I didn't move him, going into march stance used up some of his movement points. Well, I'm gonna split my army. Hopefully Ungram here will be alright. I don't feel very confident about all of that. Not confident at all. Alright, how's Grumbrindle looking? He's moved. Okay, so they've all moved. Alright, well, let's end the turn and see what happens. Go says the donut place says Kofefe. Yes, Pickle. So hopefully I can grab Galvaraz there. Let's see, Thlakwa wants a military alliance. Sure. I guess, right? Yeah, sure. In other news, been making a little bit more progress on my Total War Warhammer mod. Got the basics set up for a Sith Lord unit that is able to attack with like a lightning attack. As a basic ranged attack. What else? And then that may also be a sort of basis for... I have some ideas for like a Jedi Master unit. Okay, they are attacking. Well, I mean, at least we have allies here. Belagar is going to escape. Alright, well this is going to be an interesting battle, because this is going to be a battle. Oh, I could decline to come help my friends. No, we're gonna help them out. So, Ungram here, wishing you the best. And then we have all these Imperial units. It's going to be an interesting battle, at least. Pickle says, give me a nickel and I'll tickle your pickle. Ghost says, I'll give you a dime. Well, at least it's a choke point battle. That might make things a little bit easier. It's not a guarantee, though. But yeah, so the good news is I have the Sith Lord, and I should be able to get that ranged lightning attack working. Still have to get the specifics on it figured out, though. But the big question is going to be trying to figure out how to get the lores of... Because I'm making 2 different new lores of magic. So that is going to be the big question. Is how is that all going to work? Because I still haven't, at least for custom battles, been able to get things to work exactly right, like I would want them to. Pickle says, is your pickle that small? It's okay, your secret is kind of safe with us. What? Is this all we have in this army? I thought we had more, but apparently not. Oh well. At least we can get set up for pretty well here. Yeah, these kind of battles don't happen too often, where you can actually have the AI help you in a battle. Go says, so newbie, I've never asked what type of games are you into? So, the main type of games that I'm into are role-playing games and strategy games. So, role-playing games being like Skyrim, for example, is one of my big ones. Strategy games, probably Total War Warhammer and Warhammer 2 and all that, are among the top ones for me right now. Well, my Quarrelers have a decent range, which should help in this battle. I do kind of wonder if I should have Ungrim all the way up front. That way, give a target for Chaos to focus on. Pickle says, just spam more helicopters again, newbie. My helicopter force is in another location. Plus it takes a few turns to build them. Ghost says, I can do that? Oh god. Ghost in his little helicopter emote that he got from someone. Competition, Pickle. You gotta work on your emotes for me. I want to say it's like, well, I think it's generally like 3 turns, but it becomes 6 turns when you're trying to do it from the global recruitment, which is like generally double what the normal recruitment is. And Sierra says, cheek filter gas masks were a mistake. Why, what's so horrible about them? Oh god, we got those damn hell cannons. Those are the things that'll kill us more than anything. Pickle says, with what fucking computer, newbie? Your computer should, if it's only the GPU, should still be able to work. As I said, with the integrated graphics on the from the processor and all that, it's not gonna be good, but it should work. Empire, why are you all deciding you want to go forward? I mean, you can do that all you want. I'm not too keen on it. Pickle says, I'm kind of scared of turning it on. Aha. And NCR says, you had to take the mask off to replace the filter. I see. Crap. No, they're trying to attack me. Alright. I didn't want to do this, but I guess I'm gonna have to. Go for the chaos spawn. Ooh, someone has some lightning to use. I don't know where that lightning... Oh, that's Kolek's lightning. That's what that was. Alright, let's focus down on Kolek then. He has 35 missile resistance, 15 physical, and 15 ward save. It's one bad thing about Kolek. He is a tough cookie. But hopefully, Ungrim here is a tougher cookie. Okay, actually, let's focus our Quarrelers on some different targets. Let's do the Chaos Knights. Because the Empire here is all fleeing. I don't even know where Ungrim is in all of this mess. And here comes Kolek. Alright, let's try to give some support to Ungrim here. Omar says, did someone say unlimited power?
Move to attack!
Pickle says Omar? Omar's not here. At least I don't think he is. Alright, Quarrelers, let's have you guys fall back. Oh, did I? I don't remember calling you Omar. You're gonna tell Omar? Alright, I didn't want to focus on Kolek, but I guess I'm gonna have to. The problem is the whole line itself is kind of falling apart here.
Ready to strike! Dwarf honor is at stake! Killers! Iron breakers! Aye, as you command! Always! Let's start shooting!
Well, the Imperial lines have almost completely broken.
Kill them! Blood for the Blood Lord! Kill hurts! Iron breakers! Pull out! Warriors! For the High King! Our plans will shoot us! And are we ready?
Yeah, the biggest problem here is that they've just kind of all amassed all around Ungrim. And, I mean, Ungrim's good, but when he's just surrounded by these guys...
Withdraw! We demand blood! Understood! Warriors!
They're trying to give him a group hug.
The clans unite!
Ooh, and we're at army losses. But Ungrim, he don't care.
Catherine will march.
Because now there's going to be even more of a group hug. Well, could we at least try and kill the Hell Cannon people? Let's see what we can do. Because if we can kill them, that means they won't have a Hell Cannon next time they decide to show up. Alright, we beat up their Hell Cannon people. Now we got these Chaos Knights. Alright, Ungrim, let's see what you can do. Orgy time, not group hug, Fickle says. Poor Ungrim. He did so well for a while, but even he was ultimately defeated. Yeah, the Imperial units that were in this army helping us out, they sucked. They better not have enough movement points to come get Thorgrim, or not Thorgrim. Oh, I forget who was the other person that was over there. Oh, Sartorial died. That's interesting. And up there, going after, trying to go after the Imperials, but not really working well. Pickle says, once enemies, now allies. Well, this was the lesser Imperial faction. It wasn't the real Imperial faction. But yes, we are allies with the Empire now. Ghost says, I'm watching Jack's films, your grammar sucks, and I can't stop laughing. I don't think I've seen that. I've seen a little bit of his content, I think, but not too much. Pick says, you know what you did, newbie? You killed the moment. I'm good at doing that. Carrick Zorn here, no, I don't want to do that, because I want to destroy Carrick Zorn. Slith Alfer Sungrim. No, Galbraz took it, or was taken by Carrick, whatever you call yourselves, bastards. Pickle says, I thought you said Sith? Oh no, it was like Slith. Oh, I got an achievement called Master Diplomat. What does that one do? Hold. I gotta look and see what this achievement is about. You have a trade agreement with 10 other factions at the same time. Oh, really? I haven't done that before. I could have sworn I'd done that before. Apparently not. And look, grudges. The grudges begin again. And A-Train is a procrastinator.
Lord O'Clan
Pickle says, anything that is not... Or Pickle says, fucking greenskins. Anything that is not a dwarf is a greenskin. Well, the good news is I'm making like almost 10,000 more per turn now. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna make my own lord with blackjacks and hookers. Alright, so we're gonna do that. So trait points, let's see. We got 9 remaining trait points. How's your army of heroes? It seems to like it's been doing pretty well, I think. Alright, so we want... Am I naming it Lord Newbie? I might. Alright, I want to give him melee defense and physical resistance. Ooh, Charmed. Gives him the Bound spell, the Amber Spear, magic resistance 10%, and missile resistance 20%. Winds of Magic power reserved is reduced, but you know what? I don't use the Winds of Magic, so haha. Alright, let's do 5 more points here. Now we could do even more armor and then weapon strength as well. Hey there, Omar, you made it! You know what? I think I will. So strong does 20 armor and a little bit more weapon strength. And then finally I think we will end it with... Ooh, Perceptive. Magic item drop chance 15%. And campaign line of sight 10%. I think that's what we want. Mostly for the magic item drop chance. Alright, can't add any more traits. I'm all maxed out on my traits here. So you know what? Let's call him Lord Newbie. Or should we do it as a Rune Lord? We could do it as a Rune Lord. You know what? Let's do it as a Rune Lord, actually. And Omar said, yes, I did. I managed to get out of bed. Determination 100. And Fickle says, I fucking knew it.
On my way.
Alright, so this Lord Newbie, we gotta give him some stuff here. Let's see. We got the Rune of Hearth and Home. We'll give him that. Forge Fire. Reduce that. Give him the Rune of Grimnir to make him even more hardy. Pickle says, I could read you like a book of shame. And I think I'll go with one thing of the Master of the Forge. And Ghost says, Omar, Newbie called Pickle you. I didn't mean it, I swear. Alright, let's go for the Rune of Striking for the melee attack. Alright, next, I need to go to the Forge. We have Alaric's Armor, which is plus 35 armor, does a ward save of 20%, and attribute Expert Charge Defense. Omar says, he did what? Shame! And Pickle says, he did suicide bomb him. What's the thing that does unbreakable, though? Was it a talisman? Or was it an enchanted item? It might be an enchanted item. It is an enchanted item. Okay. What do I want to do? Ooh, Horn of the Ancestors. Summons an ancestral spirit. Unfortunately, we can't use it, though. We have the Scepter Stone. Causes major magical damage. Medium strike area. Strong versus a single unit. Weak versus a single combatant. I think I'll go with the Gatekeeper's Belts. And then, let's see, there was the one. An Iron Warden's Hammer does the perfect vigor. So let's go for that. Since that's what was recommended to do. Alright, so enchanted item, Gatekeeper's Belts, hand weapon, Iron Warden's Hammer. And then the armor and talisman we'll get to eventually.
Of Clan Morgrim. The dwarfs need me.
I kind of just want to destroy this Sandry here. But then again, well... You know, I probably don't have to worry about them anymore. So Grunty, Mingle, we'll just start building you up. You guys, let's bring you all back over here.
My axe thirsts for war. I'm here now.
And Omar said something in Arabic and says, I just shamed you in Arabic, take that. Let's do a trading depot there so I can make more oath gold. And here we'll do the little trinket maker there.
Yes, let's move.
And I'm thinking I should maybe prepare it to maybe head out over here to Nagarond with some of my armies. That's what I'm thinking anyways. Alright, Belagar, we're going to move you there. And I should be able to recruit some reinforcements here. Well, I could if I had money, but I don't have money apparently. So instead, we'll just keep fleeing from chaos. Here's Thorgrim with the big helicopter army. Alright, well hopefully Nubia is going to survive over there. Ghost says, Allah Akbar. And shamed? What? Pickle says, ally with chaos. If you did it with high elves, you should with chaos. Unfortunately, they don't even give you the option to do it. Like if we go to diplomacy. Warherd of Chaos. You cannot negotiate with this faction. You are at war with their master, Warriors of Chaos. Okay, well, what about Warriors of Chaos? Chaos. You cannot negotiate with this faction. Oh, Ghost says I just shamed you in German. Aha. I was wondering what that was. Pickle says, mods, newbie. There might be a mod for doing that. I'm not entirely sure.
Greetings, honorable ally.
Actually, you know what? I think I know what I'm gonna do with the hero army and like one of the other armies. I think I'm gonna start to take over some of those Vampire Coast factions. Because they have like one settlement areas that will be useful to take over, I think. Or most of them have one settlement. I think the Pirates of Sartosa have a 2-settlement one. Maybe, anyways. Alright, so is Chaos going for Karak Ungor, or are they going for the Imperial faction? They are going for Karak Ungor, those bastards. Alright, well, we're gonna see what Rune Lord Doobie can do. He might die, and then I might have to respawn him, but we're gonna see what happens. Omar says, by the way, Mike, sorry about your loss. I'm sure your GPU is in GPU heaven now. Far away from water and little shits called children. And Ghost says, Shand Uber Dik Shand? Oh. Completely lost there, Ghost.
Fellow Dowie, it is an honor.
No, I don't want anything to do with you, Karak-Zorn, because I want to take over. Pickle says he's using translation. I can smell it in the chats. And Ghost says, shame on you, shame. I think... Yep, the Bjornling faction has been destroyed. Well, let's see. If I wanted to, nope, they would send in reinforcements. Pickle says, I wonder, can you have all AI and see what happens? I'm not sure if you can.
The runes are cast. Move the throng. True king. Moving out.
Because, I mean, the biggest problem there is the way the battles work is, you know, the battles that take place that aren't you are all pretty much done as auto resolves. Trying to decide what I want to do for Belagar's army here. Few of those, and let's see, can I do another Longbeard? I think I can. I can, okay. Let's go for the Great Weapon Longbeard, I think.
To battle.
And give a little boost to Rainbow Farts. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to send our force over to try and take Sartosa here. Do they have any allies? They do not have any allies. So we can actually take full advantage of their current situation.
Anad? How can I help? Forward. I do.
Pickle says, I'm still trying to comprehend how multiplayer works in Warhammer. Like the multiplayer campaign?
Time. Move.
Pretty much what it does is
Build roots.
you have 2 players. If you are doing you're limited to 2 players. And if you want to do like, say you're doing the campaign and one player, say you're doing a head-to-head campaign, and you have one player going up against an AI army, the other player can actually take control of that AI army, or they can just spectate. Now, if they're spectating, one player can actually, regardless of if it's head-to-head or co-op, one player can give the other player access to some of their units. Now, you gotta, be sure that the person you're giving access to actually has, I guess, good intentions. Otherwise, they might just waste your army and get them all killed. Alright, let's see what happens next. Omar says, fuck Ghost, you're German, because Ghost has been saying German and Pickle has been questioning it. Omar says, fuck Ghost, your German is far better than mine. Need to go back to Duolingo. It's better than anything I can do. I can only do very basic, horrible Spanish. Britannia, what are you up to? Uh-oh, what do the Wood Elves want? They want a non-aggression pact? That's interesting. Generally, the Wood Elves hate everyone. They do generally hate everyone. I know when the Wood Elves first came out in the first Warhammer game, first Total War Warhammer, they were like... So generally the Wood Elves are supposed to be like pacifistic. But what happened is they kind of went all crazy. Pickle says, how do saves work? Like you said, it can take hours. So I mean, the saves, pretty much you can save. Well, you can't save from the battle map. I said custom battle for some reason. But you can save from the campaign map. And just like in the main campaign here, each person has a turn. Like one player does their turn, then the second player does their turn. Then it goes through all of the AI turns. But yes, it does take a long time, so fortunately you can save and all that. They want me to go to war with the Skull Takers. I don't know where the Skull Takers are, so I'm not going to do that. Also, did the AI make a mistake and leave Coleg open? Omar says, by the way, I heard Duolingo has added Arabic. Really? Interesting. Whatever happened to Rosetta, like, or Rosetta Stone or whatever? Like, they were one of the big ones, and then you don't ever hear them anymore about doing learning languages and all that. Alright, let's see. Did they leave Kolek open?
Lord of Clan Morgan.
It looks like they did.
For the king.
Doesn't look favorable, though, for us. They have a lot of cavalry. We have a decent force here. What do you guys think? Should we try to attack Kolek and take him out? Since we have this opportunity to do so. I mean, obviously the bar looks bad, but I think part of that is because it takes into consideration, like, kind of like we can't turn tail and run, because we're under siege right now. So pretty much this is working to break the siege. Because either we do this now, or we wait and they all attack at once, then fight. I think we can win this fight. Even though it looks bad, I think we can win this. So I'm going to quick save. Die a hero. Omar says, if you can't run away, run right into battle. Yeah, the reason that I want to fight this is because Sigvald is currently away. So we actually have an opportunity to just fight the one Chaos Army. So I'm going to use my Lord Newbie here to hopefully soak up as much damage as possible from them, while the other parts of my army actually do the damage to their forces. Hopefully, between the Unbreakable and the Perfect Vigor, he'll actually hold up rather well. There's also the little boost that I believe the Gatekeeper's Belt gives when he gets down to a certain point. Yeah, when his hit points get down to less than 20%, his damage resistance goes up by 33%. His ward save. So, alright. So we have some forces coming in here. And I don't believe they have any hell cannons in this army, because Ungrim was able to take them out last time. Pickle says this is going to be a bloodbath. Probably. Alright, Thunderers are going to be up front. Then we got our artillery here. Ooh, actually, you know what? I'm going to do slow motion here for a moment. So we're going to have our Longbeards kind of interspersed right here. Thunders will be up front with them. Grudge Thrower there. Quarrelers between them. Alright, hopefully that's going to be enough. To defend properly. Pickle says, just do slash game mode creative and fly around summoning lightning on them fools. You're thinking, Pickle, you're thinking. Alright. So Kolek should be approaching here. There he is. Let's give him a little present. And it missed. Well, that sucks. Alright, Thunderers, fire on those Chaos Knights, like, now. Oh crap. Incoming Kolek. Fire on those Chaos Warriors. Fire on those Chaos Warriors. Okay. Oh geez. This is not going well. Pickle says I see unit like sending the most powerful units to their death. I mean, kinda need to have the most powerful units go out and fight. Alright, his big ward save thing activated. I don't know how well it's working though. Alright, you guys try and take out Kolek there. Yeah. Well, there goes Lord Newbie. Balthazar says, blood for the blood god. And with the end of Lord Newbie goes the end of everything else. Well, crap. Well, there goes the settlement. Pickle says, what if it was period blood? I don't know what Korn's stance is on that. I'm pretty sure Slanesh is the one that prefers that. Balthazar says blood is blood. So yeah, definitely all those Chaos Knights there caused a lot of damage. And Balthazar says blood is blood! With 3 extra exclamation points there. Alright, so that plan with Lord Newbie did not go well at all. Surprisingly, we didn't actually lose Karak Ungor there, but
Revenge incarnate. Very well, I will do as you ask. Onwards. It shall be done.
alright, let's condense some of these guys. Now we have room for 2 more sets of units. Let's do a couple Giant Slayers here. So we have the anti-large.
to vengeance.
Thorgrim. Balthazar says, "What game is this?" Pickle says, "Minecraft." It looks amazing, Balthazar says. And Balthazar says Minecraft really stepped up their game. Balthazar, I think you've been here before for one of my Total War Warhammer playthroughs. Pickle says it went from E to rated R. Technically, it's from E to M.
My anger.
Mature is the technical
The dwarfs need me.
name for
Shoulder axes, lads. We move.
adult games. Mostly adult. Balthazar says I was here for KOTOR. Really? I could have sworn we had you here at one point for Total War Warhammer. Well, if you don't know what Total War Warhammer is, do you at least know what the Total War games are? You know, like Total War Medieval and Total War Rome 2 and all that.
Army is mustered. Move. A wise plan.
Oh yeah. Alright.
Throw bearers. Let's march.
Well, I think we're good for now. Let's end the turn. Balthazar says, I mean, I've never played them, but I'm aware of them. Okay. So, what Total War Warhammer 2 is the second game of the Total War Warhammer series of Total War games. So pretty much you have the big campaign map, and then which is all turn-based. And when you get into battles, the battles are all real-time. And it's all based on the Warhammer Fantasy series, which, you know, since you said Blood for the Blood God, I'm assuming you at least know something about Warhammer, or at least like Warhammer 40k, something like that. So we're currently playing the Dwarves. Chaos has begun its invasion and all that. Also, another thing that I like to do in my playthroughs is, since they actually let you rename lords or heroes or that sort of thing, I like to have some of my audience participate in creating various heroes. So I actually have a big hero army located to the south over here, all focused on heroes that are going out to do battle against either Chaos, or in this case, we're going to be battling a Vampire Coast faction. Balthazar says, yeah, you know, little of 40k. Okay, so Warhammer Fantasy is, I believe it came out before Warhammer 40k. Oh, NCR says my controller died. Darn PS4 controllers. If that's what you're on right now anyways. So Warhammer Fantasy, I believe, came out before Warhammer 40k. Pretty much what happens, it's in a... Imagine Lord of the Rings, but with more prevalent magic, and it's a lot darker of a universe too. So everyone is a lot more evil. Just like Warhammer 40k, there's no one that's really good in this universe. Like the closest one might be... Would be the closest one. Oh, NCR says I have an Xbox One. Aha. Oh yeah, because you're the one that added me on Xbox, right? You're like the only one that's added me on Xbox, because I don't do any multiplayer on Xbox. Because I refuse to have two separate multiplayer... Well, I do actually have already two separate, because I have one for... I do actually have one for the Switch, now that I think about it.
Move the front.
Omar says, read my joke, newbie. I spent about 30 seconds on it. Let's see. I don't think it's Minecraft. Too many pixels. Put stream in 160p. There we go. Now it's Minecraft. Okay. Omar, I'll give you that. That one was a pretty good joke.
Let us begin. Can I help you? Onward. Go then.
Ghost says, who's the new dweller that wishes to watch Lord Doobie? So Balthazar was, he was in my KOTOR streams. I could have sworn he's been in one other stream as well besides KOTOR, but maybe not. Oh, I think you were in one of my Star Wars streams, my Star Wars Galaxy streams, now that I think about it.
The dwarfs need me.
Hey, Sneaky Boy has a little level up. Let's do melee attack. Pickle asks, are you attacking the vampires yet? Soon we'll be there. So hopefully in the next turn we'll be able to attack this Vampire Coast faction. Oh, Lucini is actually not part of Sartosa. Okay. Or the Sartosan place. Balthazar says, yeah, I think it was Galaxies briefly. Okay. I knew it was something else. I just couldn't quite remember. NCR says, how long left my controller? Or how long left? My controller is almost dead. We're going to be streaming for another probably hour 40 almost. So Pickle, if you're talking, I think you're thinking of the vampire counts. We've already taken them out because we already have Castle Drakenhof here that has the gold. And we're gradually rebuilding that. Waldenhof, does that? No, that does not have any neat little trinkets. Go says, well, tell him that I like to speak Dutch and say melee when talking about Sneaky Boy 69. And you were talking about the counts. Yeah, the counts have been, I think it's been a few streams that we've defeated the vampire counts. Because we were kind of in that war with the vampire counts up until it was like somewhere close to the end of that war that we ended up at war with the Empire as well, I believe, anyways. The vampire coasts are dry. I mean, we still may be able to make some use out of defeating them, so. Plus the pirates of Sartosa that were near don't seem to have any army nearby, so they're like ripe for the taking. Uh-oh. Thorgrim has been found. All right. I'll try to defend, but this is I'm just gonna probably speed this up. NCR says, if I remember, I might have an army in this playthrough. See you later, Ghost. Thanks for stopping in. NCR, I can't remember if you had an army or not. When we're done with this battle, I'll look at the Lord's screen. I want to say this was the Vampire Coast playthrough that you did, because there were some ranged units that we could have there. Pickle says, the settlements are the only good thing from taking them on, but they aren't much of a threat. They can be with the right, like, work, but yeah. More than likely, they're not going to be much of a threat. Alright. Well, good luck to everyone here. I'm gonna try to take down one of those siege towers, but I don't think we're gonna be able to actually do it. And Sierra says I did in that and another in the next playthrough of this. I'll have to look. Actually, Quarrelers, focus on the Chaos Spawn there. Because the Chaos Spawn, well, for one, they're unbreakable, but they also don't have much armor. So they should take more damage from the missiles. And as expected, we are not taking out that damn siege tower. And Sierra says, is this the one after Vampire Coast? I believe so. Yeah, I think Vampire Coast was the last one that we... Well, no. It was Skaven. That was it. That was it, NCR. You had someone with the Skaven. Unfortunately, I had to end that playthrough because one of the mods I was using was taken off the Steam Workshop. And Sierra says, okay, then I don't have an army in this. Yeah, I haven't made an army yet because there aren't any ranged lords here. So for the dwarves, there's ranged heroes, but there aren't ranged lords. Pickle says, hey, New. Oh, you don't care about having a ranged one? Okay. Then maybe after this battle, if we have enough money, we'll look into maybe recruiting the Gaifu. And Pickle, you know what happened to Lord Newbie? He died. So we'll have to resurrect him there. NCR says, I'm also thinking NCR had 2 artillery batteries. Well, that is one good thing about the dwarves is we do have a lot of artillery. Also, one thing I was trying, and I didn't actually get around to making it yet, is an army with a whole bunch of flame cannons. So maybe we can make NCR like our flamethrower force. With flame cannons and... Oh, Kolek is bringing in the lightning storms again. But yeah, give him flame cannons, give him... what else? Yes, this was pretty much his first day of... Well, yesterday was his first day of existence. We've gone a turn since his creation. NCR says flamethrowers are ranged. Yes, they are. They don't have like super range. It's like 80 or 90. Pickle says Newbie's the true greatest enemy of himself. Maybe.
For the High King! For Gilbert! Quarrelers! Yes!
Come on, take out Kolek there, that bastard.
God! Show the Wardax! Pull out!
But yeah, the dwarves have flame cannons and they have flamethrowers, and I think together it could actually make a really good little force. And Kolek is just being all pissed off here. Or maybe he's bringing in more lightning storms. He's bringing in more lightning storms.
Withdraw!
Come on, guys. Omar says, I just finished Alphabet 1 and 2 in Duolingo Arabic. Cracks fingers. That was easy. Well, of course it was easy, Omar. I would hope it would be easy, otherwise,
Thunderous!
there's something else entirely wrong going on.
We'll guard it! For the ancestor gods! Range fire!
Balthazar asks, are you playing against other players or is this solo? So this is just solo against the AI. I actually have done a playthrough, and it actually was with the Dwarves, of a multiplayer campaign with one of my friends. It's on my YouTube channel. It's a really old video, like probably 3 years old or something like that. NCR says, my friend once said that the biggest threat to the US was gay Mexican bears. What definition of bear? the gay definition of bear, or the or the furry bear? Yeah, Pickle, I know. If only I had an army of artillery. NCR says he didn't say. Alright, well, I think our guys are almost pretty much finished here. As much as we are trying... Yeah, my crossbow guys, my quarrelers, suddenly decided to stop attacking Kolek and attack something else. Yeah. Pickle says the biggest threat to the U.S. is the collapse of its own economy. Probably, certainly depending on what sort of economic collapse or nuclear Armageddon. Well, obviously the nuclear Armageddon. But yeah, depending on what kind of economic collapse there is, it could have a very negative impact. Certainly hunger could have a really big negative impact on people. Sigvald, are you attacking Thorgrim? No. Does that mean that Kolek is going to be open to Thorgrim? Maybe. You and your professional experience with nukes. Oh, that's another thing too. You're not going to be able to play any Fallout 4, Pickle.
Follow Dowie!
Join the war against Clan Pestilence. Nah. Oh, you still have PS4 Fallout 4? So you do have a means to it still. I didn't know you. Did I even know you had a PS4? I don't remember if I did know that or not. Let's go with the recruiting surplus. I think that will be useful. Dramar Hammerfist is back.
Lun's here. Ready to do the guild's bidding. Our ancestors would be proud. Leading.
Ooh, Sigvald's building up his forces. Alright, let's save. And I think I can take on Kolek there.
To war.
And NCR says, I hate Eebs on TikTok. Oh. Because says, yes, I have a PS4 and Xbox One, just those. Most games are on the PS4 because Xbox me no like. I have stuff on Xbox, but most of it is just backwards compatibility stuff, honestly.
Thank them.
Oh, weebs? I don't know what a weeb is, honestly.
Beards in belts.
Alright, we can hunt down and kill Kolek. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I know you've used that word before, but I have no idea what a weeb is. Pickle says most games are scratched. Cough cough nephews. Oh my god. See, that would have been more than enough to ban them from my PC. And should have been more than enough for your parents too. Alright, how do we want to do this? Let's do Longbeard, Ironbreaker, that guy, that. Oh, I should have done Slayer, Longbeard, that guy, this. Longbeard. No, we were doing that, then that, then that. I think I got that right. I have no idea though.
It is a reckoning. Thunderers. For the ancestors. Thunderers. It is a reckoning. Slayers. Now. Select target. For mountain and home.
Pickle says, Weeb is a 30-year-old man that hasn't gone through puberty yet and likes cartoon girls. Oh, like Pro Jared?
Slayers! Moving out! Go! Got! Ranging target! Charge! Darrow Boomer! Go!
Alright. So I should be able to go in first with a gyro bomber. Because they only have a small selection of ranged units.
Get moving!
So we'll go in with the gyro bomber first.
Nothing can stop us! Right! Range far, range fast! Will do! On the way! Yes! Yes! Anu! Come on! Kazakan, Kazakit, ha! Understood, Lord!
Come on, continue taking out those chaos spawn there. You guys. Deliver some love to them. Alright, Thunderers, bring you all back right over here. Alright, Kolek has shown himself. Get back on the organ gun.
The next kill is ours.
Pickle says, can't play Fallout 4. Too used to mods. It's like a drug to me. And Kolek is about to go down. And because his army fled once we do have these guys wiped out, the whole army will be defeated. Alright. Let's see. Omar said... Oh, Balazar said, take out the big guy with the bomber. Well, I was kind of having the bomber focus on the infantry because they generally do more damage to them. Let's see what else. Omar said, my dad was very strict when it came to computers and CDs. He would whip my ass if he sees me eating or drinking in front of a computer. I'm 18 and he still warns me about it. I mean, I admit I do eat and drink in front of my computer, but I'm generally very careful about it. Let's see. Pickle says, also the only games I have to play is Fallout 4, Battlefield 4, Battlefront and Battlefront 2, and Days Gone, and also MK11. Well, that's still an alright amount. Alright, so another... Ooh, we got a double grudge removed. Nice. And Thorgrim gets some boosts there.
Retake the realms. Lord of the Emblem.
Let's see. Deadly Onslaught. I think that's probably what we'd want to do. Oh, we got someone else that has some points. Oh, our little army over here. Also, NCR, we do have to look at making you your army. Alright, so NCR's army... Well, I guess we should figure out positioning of it first. I want somewhere that's going to have a lot of artillery focus. Probably best bet then would be Krazakarak, because that has all our artillery stuff. Our hangar, which has the foundry stuff. So yeah, Krazakarak is probably going to be it. Let's go to custom, and we're going to make, let's see. Yes, pickle. What's the question? Do we do regular lord, or do we do rune lord? You know what? Let's do regular lord. They're at least a little bit tougher. And since I have a lot of money, I can put it towards making him, giving him a good amount of trait points. When am I making my cooking video? The only thing I can say is it'll be sometime after I... it'll be sometime after I am done with Craps class. But that's all I'm able to really say. Alright, let's see. Reload time reduction for the Lord's army. That would be good for artillery. Pickle says I must wait 2 weeks, then I shall wait 2 weeks. It's probably going to be more than 2 weeks. Probably, anyways. Let's see. So, probably go with the unit experience gain per turn. There's 6 trait points remaining. Income from sacking and looting settlements. Or missile resistance for... well, missile resistance, magic resistance, and melee melee defense are all pretty good. So we'll go with that, and then I have 2 more trait points to use. Ooh, ambush success chance. Is that what I want to do? That's what we'll do. So careful. Ambush success chance plus 15%. NCR, are you still here?
Summon me if you dare.
Omar says, last time I spilled something on the computer was when I was 12. I spilled a few drops of tea on my mom's computer, not a lot. Computer's still working fine, and I thank God my dad was not home when that happened. I would have been dead today. NCR, any particular name that you're looking for this guy? Okay, Iron Drakes and Flame Cannon units. Those are the big ones for this army. And then what else? I could do gyrocopters and gyro bombers as well for this army too. Well, do you want me to just have his name be NCR? Or I could do the Thunderer perk and increase missile damage and all of that. Or do the stuff to increase like maybe Thunderers. You know what? I'll do Tactician. Increase our Thunderers. Lord General Oliver. Okay.
My axe thirsts for war.
Lord General Oliver. There we go. Alright. So we are going to be doing Iron Drakes. Let's see. Alright, I do have global recruitment available. So let's see. Probably aim to do 10 groups of Thunderers. I have no idea when I'm gonna remake my Lord Pickle. It'll be a little while. Alright, so Thunderers. We'll do 5 Thunderers there. Then Flame Cannons. We'll do 4 to start us out. It's gonna be a few turns.
Master of runecraft.
Balthazar says, what other factions can you play besides dwarves? Ooh, a very good question. So you have the Empire, which are humans. You have the Dwarves, which we're playing now. You have Norska, which are like, Vikings corrupted by chaos. You have the Chaos Warriors, which are the Norskins gone completely evil with a bunch of armor and all that. See you later, Pickle. You're gonna crack a cold one with the boys. Actually has a weird context here in Warhammer because cold ones are the raptor mounts from over here, and the boys, well, those are greenskins. Anyways, continuing with what Balthazar asked. So we had Norska, Warriors of Chaos. There's greenskins, who are the orcs and goblins and all that. There's Wood Elves. There are Bretonia, which Bretonia is like, it's a human faction, but it's a little bit different. They're a bit closer to kind of like a traditional Total War medieval kind of army. Though they have a couple magic units, a couple other stuff like that. Whereas the Empire focuses more on artillery, gunpowder units. Bretonia has just archers, that sort of thing. Then you have the High Elves. You also have the Dark Elves. Ooh. Had a little belch that was trying to come out. You have the Lizard Men, who are generally around this location. Then you have the Skaven, who are Rat Men. They're located over here, and in Skaven Blight over here, though they've been defeated in Skaven Blight. Down to the south, you have a few different locations for the Vampire Coast that you can play. They are pretty much a mixture of vampires and zombies that also have artillery. So they're an interesting little faction. And then you have the Tomb Kings, which are an undead faction of mummies, and they also have various what are called constructs, which are monsters that are built, and they're like statues that come to life and all that. And Sierra asked, when did this come out? So Warhammer 2, Total War Warhammer 2, I believe came out in 2017. Whereas Total War Warhammer, I want to say it came out in 2006. Let's see. Let's check Wikipedia here real quick. Total War Warhammer 2016 and Warhammer 2 is 2017. So Warhammer 2 has already kind of like doubled the life of the game. A couple of reasons for that. For one, they have the Mortal Empires campaign, which is what we're playing now. Because the original Total War campaign took place like around in this location right here, the old world. The Vortex campaign, as it's called, which is the main campaign for Total War Warhammer 2, takes place over in the New World, which is here, and a little bit of the Southlands over here. Now, if you own both games, you get to play the Mortal Empires campaign, which is the massive map, which is why this game can take many, many turns. I mean, we're at turn 172, and we've hardly covered much. All right, so let's move all you guys just over here.
Summon me if you dare. The dwarfs need me. I go where I need it. Answer to clan and hold. Forwards.
Balthazar says I'd probably play the Skaven, the Ratmen, Vampires, or Greenskins. One thing I will say about this game, having played through most of them, I enjoy most of the factions. Oh, another one I forgot to mention are the Beastmen. They are they're a chaos-related faction, but as the name says, they're Beastmen. So they're like goatmen, and you got Minotaurs and all that sort of stuff. The two factions I like the least probably would be the Beastmen and the Greenskins, both of which kind of need some work as far as being expanded upon. But I will say they're both still enjoyable, even with being lesser factions. I'll say this is the only Total War game where I've played every single faction that there is. And, you know, I haven't actually completed every single faction, but I've completed more games, at least in the sense of defeating, you know, the main opponent, Chaos. I've done that more than any other game. Omar says, finished Alphabets 3. I noticed that they don't teach you actual words in Duolingo Arabic. They make you pronounce things, but they aren't words. Balthazar asks, how are the Skaven? Also, just for reference, it's actually Skaven. You almost had the spelling of it right, but I didn't show it on here, so obviously I understand not being able to spell it, you know, without actually seeing it. Anyways, going with the Skaven. So the Skaven are an interesting faction. They have a lot of artillery, a lot of ranged units, but they also have a lot of junk infantry as well, especially starting out. The Skaven rely a lot on just overwhelming numbers, as well as maybe a little bit of magic helping out, providing either buffs or doing damage to enemies and that sort of thing. Eventually, later on in game, they get a little bit better infantry, but they're still not the greatest. But where they excel is their artillery, absolutely. Because they have warp lightning cannons, they have plague claw catapults. They also benefit from having, well, one of the recent DLCs gave them like snipers and little Ratling guns, which are like the Ratling gun is pretty much like a minigun held by a Skaven weapons team. But yeah, they have a lot of interesting, I guess, dynamics. And the only thing is just they start very difficult because they have such low leadership for their units.
Greetings, honorable ally.
Oh, sure, a little other dwarfs. I'll make an alliance with you. Your ally has been attacked. They're attacking Bretonia, really? The Strigos Empire? So me and a bunch of other allies. Poor Strigos, they are going to die. I don't know why the AI does that sometimes, but it is what it is. And Sierra says I'm going to cosplay. You showed that one picture in Discord, right? I'd say you have the basics of a like a ranger outfit started. Let's do the trading depot because that'll get us more oath gold being promoted. Omar asks, you gonna be a furry? Bad Omar.
Send me to vengeance. Belagar,
Alright, so Belagar. Would you be able to take on Sigvald there? I don't think you could. So instead, I'll just have you go there, and as I kind of expected, we have an underweight intercept here. But this might just work out for us. Because he doesn't have any artillery, he doesn't have too much cavalry. So if I play this right, I might make this work. I just have to use my, especially my hero units, well. NCR says I might do a ranger next. Be interesting to do a ranger with, like, you know, maybe like a darker. Well, I guess most of the some of the ranger outfits are kind of dark in tone and all that. All right, let's see. We got this, do, and do. All right. Set you guys up like this.
Slayers! For the ancestors! Thunderers! Slayers! Vengeance! Warriors! For the High King! Slayers!
Oh, I guess I gotta do it this way. Or if there is a way to select them all like that, I'm not sure. Alright, then we'll put these guys up front as that. And let's begin to move forward.
Thunderers! Strike out! Nothing can stop us!
NCR asks, whose army is this? So this is actually just one of the AI armies. It's not anyone else, anyone in particular. We have Belagar Ironhammer, which is one of our legendary lords. And then he happens to have a bunch of ethereal ghosts, dwarven units that go along with his army.
Ready to fight! With haste! Off we go! Charge! Range far, range fast!
Alright, Runesmith, use your little thing to slow those guys down. So our Thunderers can focus fire on them.
It is a reckoning! Zah! Fire! Reload! Fire!
Oh crap. Chariots! Chariots! Flee!
Now! Charge! Yes! Zah! Hand! War of vengeance! Descendant of Lord!
Alright, we'll use some of our powers to help us out here.
Obey me! Long be it! Slayers! Yes, then! Dull! Come at them! Cast out! Nothing could stop us! Vengeance! Shield bearers, hold! Dwarfs, ready axes! Thunderers! Shoot! War of vengeance!
Balthazar says they always like to flank around. Yeah, I'm not very good at doing flanking. And the AI always does a much better job at it than I do because the AI doesn't seem to be affected by the well, the AI just, you know, can do multiple things at once.
Quadratus! Vengeance! Anu! Let the vengeance begin! Shah! Take him! Pump those dwarven legs! Longbeards! Thunderers! Get your beard! Rules are cast! ancestors! Understood, Lord. For the ancestors! Ranged firepower ready! Plow through! Wall of vengeance! Thunderers!
These Mirror Guard are holding up pretty well here. Balthazar says my legendary guy is doing work. Oh yeah. Generally the legendary lords hold up pretty well, especially the dwarven ones, because they're all focused on just doing really good damage and have a lot of melee attack and all that.
Quarrelers! Thunderers! Fire! Reload! Fire! Will do! Zulrika! True king of air beams! Air beams! Quarrelers! Pump those dwarven legs! Range far, range fast! It is a reckoning! Very well! Hit your targets, well! Hit on! Gallagher! Yes, yes!
I have to say, in these underground battles, the chaos do have a really kind of haunting look to them.
We demand blood! Tsar! For the High King! For Grimnir! On the way! Take him down! Take him down! I keep my oath!
Oh, and I hate to say it, but I think my little double-click bug is back. I thought I had my mouse fixed, but apparently it only lasted so long.
Warriors! For the ancestor gods! Charge! Let's start shooting! Thunderers!
Alright, everyone. Focus down on Sigvald. Balthazar says don't let any escape. See what I can do. Only problem is the dwarves are very slow, so they don't do very well at preventing people from escaping.
Blow through! Vengeance calls! I will have vengeance! Understood! Battle ready!
NCR says no prisoners. Omar says, oh look, out of the 50 people who are learning Arabic, I came second. So proud of myself.
Ready to fight!
Only cause you cheat, Omar.
I approve!
Oh dear. This one guy's taking a little bit of damage. The runesmith is good, but he's not perfect. Look at Sigvald's melee attack, 102. Also, he does have magical damage as well, which is very bad for our ethereal guys.
The clans unite!
Because our ethereal guys have 75 physical resistance, but yeah, that only gets you so far. Alright, well, I'll speed it up, try and do some damage, but unfortunately they're a little too quick. think we lost both of our Giant Slayer groups, which is unfortunate, but the Giant Slayers seem to just get burnt down a lot. But I think I'll work to rebuild Ungrim's force, and then I can put him to work trying to have a good Slayer force. Because he already has some buffs for the Slayers, so. Oh! So apparently in the Intercept, they destroyed themselves. I forgot that that happened. So that's good. The Warriors of Chaos have been destroyed? I think... Oh dear. I mean, that's good, but in the same vein, it could be horrible. Because now... that's going to unleash... Let's hear that's okay. So the fact that Chaos is destroyed means that more than likely all of our alliances in that are going to fall apart. So yeah, prepare for the total war parts of the game to begin shortly. Belagar, what do I want to do with you? I'll give you Rally. Although, you know, I could do a mixture of Stand Your Ground and Mighty Oathstone. And together that actually might work pretty well, because he can go back and forth between them and keeping up a high melee defense. You know what? We'll do that. We'll do Rally then. Balthazar says, "Too bad your alliances can't just stay friends." I know, right? Yeah, let's take a moment and look. Well, that is still pretty good. Let's compare it to like the Empire. No, it's still going good. I think it doesn't start until the next turn to show just how much it dislikes all of this. So let's use this opportunity. Declare war on the pirates of Sartosa. And we'll just wipe them out there.
It is time. Master of runecraft. Onward.
And the good thing is we have a dock here now, which means that we can bring our forces on without taking... I mean, they'll take attrition initially. Or they have the potential to take attrition. But then we just position them, go into encamp stance. And then we can prepare to move on Sartosa itself soon.
Summon me if you dare. Wrong is mustard.
Oh, Norska has a presence up here. I don't know how they made it up here, but they have a presence up here. Alright, let's go. Growth is pretty good, so you know what? We'll go for Masters of Steel and Stone for the moment. NCRS says there's a game on Roblox called Rise of Nations. It is like this. What? The Rise of Nations that I know of, I mean, it is kind of like this, but it's all, actually, it's all real-time strategy. I don't play Roblox in CR, so I can't help you there. Zoof bar. Let's see. So we're gonna get rid of this mustering hall. Continue building our defenses there.
For the wisdom of the layer.
What else do I want to build here? Build a few more thunders. So I think we'll do 4 flame cannons and then 4 iron drakes for this whole army.
Let us begin. Onward.
Alright, so we're going to end this turn. And then it might just show us, you know, the development of our alliances falling apart.
Honorable ally.
Might. Well, Mazdamundi wants a defensive alliance. It may not actually take effect until our turn starts. Oh, look, Aranessa does happen to show up. So where is she then? Oh no, she's like all the way over there. She's far, far away. We don't have to worry about her. Although it is weird that she's there and then you have the Awakening, which was the main Vampire Coast faction there. NCR asks, how long left? Probably about 40 more minutes, NCR. NCR says I might leave in 10. I understand. Especially with your controller being dead. Oh, one other thing. So tomorrow, or later today, however you want to say it, the next stream, which, you know, it's shown on the little Ally declares war. Well, I guess we're joining them. So the next stream, you know, because it actually shows on the Twitch page now when the next stream is going to be. But that stream is going to be Dragon Age Origins. So the one for Thursday night. So that should be fun. Dragon Age Origins came out, I want to say, around 2009. It's a role-playing game. Takes place in a medieval setting, but there's magic and that sort of thing. So yeah, it should be a fun little game. So we'll be starting that tomorrow at 11 p.m. Central Time. Balthazar says Origins is a good game. Oh yes, I definitely agree. It's unfortunate that Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition strayed so much from what Origins had. Because, you know, Origins had that D&D-esque nature to it without being, you know, bogged down by a lot of what some of the other D&D games are.
Grimnir's axe thirsts.
Alright, so how's the Empire looking? The Empire is still very... They still like us, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on with our alliance system. But I mean, I guess it's a good thing, so... I guess.
Got then. Incarnate. Our ancestors would be proud.
Alright, who else do we need to recruit into this army? Longbeards. You need more Thunderers. I think I should just do more Longbeards overall. So let's do 4 of those. We'll do another of those. Then we have our hero unit that can join us. Balthazar says, I still like 2. Have Inquisition, but haven't played it. I would say probably Inquisition is better than Dragon Age 2. The only problem that I don't like about Inquisition is they took away blood. Like, they have something that's kind of like blood magic, but it's not blood magic. So that's like really disappointing. Oh, a Brightstone mine. Let's do that instead. But yeah, the fact that you don't have blood magic in Dragon Age 2, or not Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, really gets me down. Omar says, that thing that tells you when you are live, I like it. It tells me when you are going live based on where I live. Yeah, I noticed that looking at it, so I noticed some other streamers had it, and I decided, oh hey, this is kind of neat, I should probably get this. Balthazar says, lame, blood magic is the best magic. Yeah. There is like a necromancer kind of magic. Like where you can raise like spirits, like some spirits from just defeated enemies or that sort of thing. I think it's called necromancer, but it's still not the same. And to me, it doesn't feel like a real necromancer class, to be honest. I am disappointed in it. The Damned Errantry. I didn't know there was that. Interesting. NCR says, from now on, when someone new joins the stream, I will say, welcome to the cult of newbie child. Either that or the Shane cult, one of the two. Eventually, when Pickle gets his computer situation figured out, I do want to get, for subscribers to the Twitch channel, like a shame emote. I'm thinking like a shame emote and like a nuke emote. I can't remember what my plan was for the third one, but I told Pickle a whole bunch of ideas for potential emotes. Try and get things figured out. But yeah, that should be interesting. So, especially the shame one. Omar says an Omar emote. Maybe. Maybe an Omar question mark, but it's a pickle. Since I always get you two mixed up. Somehow, apparently. The Wood Elves have a large sting of power. And it's interesting that Tyrannok here became the strongest faction. Knight NCR, thanks for stopping in. Because Tyrannok's not even a major elven faction. They're led by just some girl or whatever. So, but that's one of the neat things about Total War games is, you know, each playthrough is different. Sometimes you'll have one faction that's superior, and then another faction will suddenly show up and be like, "Oh, hey, look, no, I'm superior." And why does this one guy have a Skaven icon above him? I don't know. Omar says you nearly fucked up NCR's name. I felt it. Yes, yes.
Greetings, honorable ally.
These guys want an offensive alliance? Don't have allies with anyone else, so that could be a good sign. Are they at war with anyone? No, they're relatively friendly with Khemri. Sure, why not? Probably regret it at some point. right, more research. Let's see, armor, reduced upkeep. Ooh, recruitment duration, -1 turn for Iron Drake units. That one I want, that one I want. Yes, yes.
My axe thirsts for war.
Of course, it'll be too late by the time I recruit these Iron Drakes, but oh well.
As the High King commands. Time for a reckoning.
And I should probably recruit a Master Engineer here for these guys.
Aye, lad, what can I do?
So let's see, reload time reduction for artillery and missile units. And let's give them more ammunition as well.
Search a clan and hold.
Ooh, you know what, Balthazar? I'll add you to NCR's army as the Master Engineer here.
What needs to be done?
Balthazar. Now, hopefully you won't end up like all the other heroes that I end up making at some point for people and end up dying. Hell, I made my guy. And he died in like the first turn of his existence.
An artillery train to speed us up. To battle.
Alright, so that guy, I'm just going to get rid of him and just fully recruit a new force because they have the money. Omar says Fallout 4 is 50% off. Omar, do you have Fallout 4? Gold! More gold! And yeah, it doesn't look like the one thing that I was thinking was going to happen is going to happen. Which I guess is good. No, you don't? I mean, I'd definitely recommend it. Yeah, on some level it needs some work, but you know what? Every video game could always have some manner of improvement. Oh yeah, thanks for the reminder, Balthazar. Although I think I should have my armies down there eventually. Okay. I knew one of these was eventually going to remind me. At least I was hoping anyways. Alright, ranged, or increase range for the hero's army. So we're going to go ahead and start with our hero army here. Move on Sartosa. We have this Master Rune of Stromny Redbeard. Passive ability, let's see. Affects self and allies in range. So we'll give it to Grumbrindle. Omar says Fallout 4 is better than 76. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Omar said, I've said this before, I never know anything about Fallout games until Fallout 4 came out. People started losing their mind over it. Like losing their mind in a negative manner? Alright, these two armies should be more than enough to take these guys on. Let's go ahead and do it. We'll use the cannons to take out some of the walls, and then we'll just progress on to wiping out everything else. Yeah, I know people were losing their mind in the sense of it was definitely different from a lot of other Fallout games. Balthasar says, "You're going to wipe out that lighthouse." Nah, we'll set up our own dwarven lighthouse here. Alright. Let's get these guys all set up here. Cannons are going to focus fire on all of that stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot our these guys have snipe to them. And then those guys are just going to try and probably take out the gatehouse. Alright, let's get started. Cannons start work against those towers.
Yes, yes. Off we go. Fast as you're able.
Alright. Sneaky boy here. You'll lead the charge there. Grombrindle, you'll lead the charge there. Then we'll split up our forces a little bit. 3 will go there. 2 will go over here. Omar says, "I'm afraid of buying the game and getting killed by the jokes I made on your stream." Alright, you guys. Let's just head right there, I guess.
Let the vengeance begin! Let's turn the tide! Come together, lads! Kill orcs! It is a reckoning! Yes!
Oh yes, there are guys that throw little bombs here.
Is it time?
Balthazar says I don't like splitting forces. Depends on the situation, I suppose, at times.
Kill the orc splitters! Get up there! Killers! Charge! Vengeance! No faffing about! We fire on your command! It is a reckoning! We are relentless!
Fortunately, spreading out these hero units is working pretty well.
Attack! Slayers! Bitch! Anu!
Is it just me?
Power of the ancestors!
Omar says, am I getting bombed? I am getting bombed by some of these bomber guys. I could have sworn one of these times I selected Grombrindle just now. He said, bitch. Alright, you guys, head down here and open up the doors. Move our Thunder Force forward here. Balthazar says the heroes I agree with, they could probably take the place by themselves. Oh yeah. We're very close to it. Oh dear. Except for Sneaky Boy here, he's taking some damage. Alright, get you guys in. Move, move, move.
Dwarf warriors! Lord of Clan Morgrim! Long beards! Dwarf warriors! Understood, Lord. Yes, then.
Oh crap, my heroes are actually taking some bad damage here.
To glory! Put those dwarven legs!
Kill those Morgulls, kill them!
That'll do. Aye, lad, I'll do it. Is it time?
Okay, Sneaky Boy, you flee.
Strike out! By the ancestors! From Grendel to the fight! Dull! Defiant and unbowed! The lair bless our aim! Charge!
Get in, little dwarves, get in! Rumbrindle, I think it's time to retreat you as well. Oh, I think Sneaky Boy did die. Oops.
Vengeance! Rage fast! I'm Gilda Blue! I'll do it! Satisfy the grudge!
Alright. This is down. Let's get our forces in here. Alright, I think they are at army losses. Who did we lose? Don't don't tell Ghost we lost Sneaky Boy. No, this guy is crumbling, but he's crumbling very slowly. Oh, there he goes. He just had to see my guys, and then he died. Oh dear. Well, it's a good thing Ghost left. Get a new sneaky, Omar says. Yeah, we'll sneaky a sneaky in. Alright, looks like Sneaky Boy was the only one we lost, actually. We almost lost a few others. Ooh, we could make a lot of gold from this. But we're just going to occupy so we can take it over.
Vengeful Rune Lord.
Alright, so we have occupied Sartosa, level 4. What do we got here? Oh, we actually have a couple landmarks that we can get. I didn't know that we could do this as the Dwarves. So let's see, we have Smithy's Tavern, hero recruit rank +3. And we also have the landmark, Peg Street Pawn Shop. A few exotic trinkets and that sort of thing. I think I'll get rid of this Gromril Forge. I think. And instead do the engineering workshop. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Although it does generate Oath Gold. But I need the Slayer Shrine, I know that. For the, to get rid of the Vampiric Corruption here. So, Gromril Forge, goodbye. And let's go with growth. Alright, so this random Logan Skolson thing. Guy, whatever. He was the only one that leveled up. Alright, right. I have insufficient funds to create a Dragon Slayer unit.
Time for a reckoning.
Protector of the realm.
Alright, so let's end the turn. We got about 15 minutes left for today. Balthazar says, need more gold. Always need more gold, Balthazar. Always. Probably our next plan is probably to head for... There's another Vampire Coast faction at what's called the Galleon's Graveyard. That's probably the next place we want to hit. Balthazar asks, taking out all the vampires. Well, it's not so much focusing on taking out the vampires, rather focusing on taking their like one settlement provinces, because then I can focus on, well, generally they have landmark buildings that we can grab, like we did at Sartosa, but it also would remove some potential enemies. And the good thing about having one settlement provinces is you have everything confined in one area, and generally they have like 10 build slots on them, rather than the usual 8. Oh yeah, that was another thing that I didn't mention, and talking about all the various factions that you can play. There's another one called Vampire Counts that are out in Sylvania. And they're pretty much an undead faction. They don't have any ranged units, but they do have some decent magic caster units. And then they have relatively decent infantry and a lot of monster units. Balthazar says, yeah, so taking out the vampires.
What brings you to the halls of my
What do you guys want? A non-aggression pact? I don't think so. Balthazar asks, why is there two different vampire factions? So, the understanding that I have is the Vampire Coast faction were made by, kind of like, I want to say Luther Harkin, which is the leader of the proper Vampire Coast faction out here. He went out in search of like gold or whatever and became a pirate and kind of just spread his vampire-ness and piratey ways and all that. There's also multiple dwarf factions, though we only have, because there's dwarves and then there are chaos dwarves as well. Yeah, there's a, if you go to the Warhammer Fantasy fandom page, that has a whole bunch of information about
the king's command.
about these guys. Well, about Warhammer in general. I've spent quite a little bit of time browsing through that page, looking at what's there and all. All right, let's do our. Let's respawn Sneaky Boy here, since we lost him last time. Unfortunately, he spawns all the way back at the faction capital. Sneaky Boy 69. Well, he returns.
For clan honor.
Balthazar will have you join up with NCR's army here. I could have Sneaky Boy join here as well. I have to get rid of one of the Thunders. I guess we'll do that though.
For the wisdom of the layer. King's command. Kill.
Let's see. Runic Axes increases that. Ooh, Agile is actually pretty good. Increasing physical resistance. Balthazar says, if you play the Vampire faction, do you get to turn enemy forces into your own? You actually, well, not the Vampire Coast, but the or do you? Actually, the Vampire Coast might have this have the mechanic as well. But yeah, whenever there's a big battle, and I might be able to find an example somewhere around here. Or is it only shown with the vampires? It might only be shown with the vampires. But whenever there's a large battle, oh, there is actually little things. So you'll see over here, there's the Battle of the Moot. It happened on turn 97, region the Moot, in casualties 1853. So whenever there's a battle and there's a lot of casualties, if a vampire faction goes up to that area, they can raise the dead from that area right away. So they can instantly, rather than waiting a turn, gain units into their army. And then by doing that, you know, and depending on the size of the battle and how, you know, how many casualties there were, they get more elites units available. So it's definitely a very useful trait for the vampires to, you know, you may wipe out most of a vampire army. And sometimes you can even wipe out the Lord, but they'll get something that's called Back from the Dead, where that Lord will actually respawn after being defeated in battle. I think it generally only happens, well, no, I take it back. I was going to say, I think it generally only happens when the Empire, or the when the faction won the battle, but I think it can happen when they lose the battle as well. Balthazar says I'd probably play a vampire faction then. They do have some very nice mechanics overall, I will say.
Incarnate. By my hammer it will be done. On my way. I'm gone. Very well. I will do as you ask.
Alright, so we're working on this thing. Now let's give him some hit points.
The High King.
And Thorgrim, you're almost all ready to go. We have Omar's Captain Rainbow Farts here. Let's give him... we'll give him ballistics calibration.
Armed and ready.
And we're pretty much all out of gold now. I wonder if maybe I have to defeat the Puppets of Chaos, which are one tiny little faction somewhere down here to, maybe we have to defeat them in order to trigger, like, the end of the Doomtide or whatever. Balthazar says, I'm a necromancer at heart. Oh, dear, sorry. So that's my shit. Well, yeah, if you are a necromancer at heart, then you will enjoy the vampire counts for sure. Another nice thing that Creative Assembly has been doing is they've actually been implementing new features in Total War Warhammer 2 for some of the older factions. Because, like, vampire counts, for example, were a faction from Warhammer 1. And they, like all the other old factions, didn't implement a lot of the newer stuff. But one of the recent updates is they've implemented what's called like bloodlines. So besides just making the regular either Master Necromancer or Vampire Lord units who lead armies and all that, you can take one of the bloodlines to recruit either like a Blood Knight, a Lamian, like a female Vampire Lord. You can also recruit... who else? The Strigoi Ghoul King, that was already something that was available. Oh, a Necrarch, which is like an even more advanced Necromancer. And then there's also... who else am I forgetting? There's a Von Karstein Lord, which has certain differences. Who was the other one? Oh yeah, there's like 3 or 4 other different lords that you can recruit, which is a nice little thing as well. Definitely adds a little bit more variety and all that. So I've been liking what Creative Assembly's been doing. Now, obviously, right now they're focusing a lot on Total War 3 Kingdoms, but now that 3 Kingdoms is out, getting its basic updates, we should hopefully be hearing more about what's going on with Total War Warhammer 3 pretty soon. Because Warhammer 3 is going to be the last of this trilogy of games. It's going to be another full game, so another $60 purchase, but I will say I definitely recommend. This is one of the few games that has a decent amount of DLC, but I recommend pretty much all of it. So... but Total War Warhammer 3 seems like it's going to be taking place with, like, in the end of the end time sort of stuff. So we're going to have various demon factions emerging. So for Nurgle and Khorne / Tzeentch, that sort of thing, that we might potentially have separate armies for all of them. There's been talk of Chaos Dwarves, been talk of the Ogres. Also been talk of Kislev, which is another Empire faction, but they have some unique things, including Bear Cavalry, which is, you know, an interesting little tidbit. Alright, I can recruit a new force here. Just do a new Thunderer, probably, I think. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Once I find the Thunderer on this darn page, I can recruit so many units. Balthazar said in my undead, unbeating heart, or non-beating heart. Balthazar says, I know of Nurgle, the god of decay, right? Yes, yes. Yeah, Nurgle is, from what I'll understand, he's a very interesting sort of Chaos Lord.
Time. The binding oath.
The old ones
Oh, look.
test their disciples.
Oh, I hate these
The
things.
symbols are the ciphers.
Let's just
to
guess
open this treasure.
2 yellow. Puzzle failed. Aw.
Bearers, let's march.
And Fort Jakova was destroyed. I think it was actually taken over by the Skaven.
I stand defiant.
Oh well, one more turn and I can research rat poison. Balthazar says he was my deity once in D&D. Wait, what?
Onward.
Was this like a Warhammer-based D&D?
Strengthen the shield wall.
Ooh, the Skaven are spreading a lot of plagues around here. Someone been infected with a plague. And it looks like this force has been infected with a plague. Welcome back, Omar. I've just been chatting with Balthazar about some of the different factions and all that. But once this turn is over, we'll probably be calling it for the night. And I think we have one more little tidbit of chaos that we have to destroy for us to finally end this war with chaos. Balthazar says Nurgle, not particularly, just the god I picked for my evil assassin rogue character was playing a rat folk. Well, if that was the case, you'd get along quite well with the Skaven, who are very much like that. Also, another thing that I like about this game is the fact that the various types of corruption, well, I don't know about Skaven corruption, but I know vampire and chaos corruption. As the corruption increases in a province, you see the province itself on the campaign map change to reflect that. Balthazar says, yeah, I'd like the necromantic vampires and the Skaven the best, I think. Yeah, they're both good factions. As I said, the Skaven have some issues with leadership, but once you can build them up, and especially if you were playing Skaven against a player character, or another player or whatever, the nice thing is Skaven settlements are hidden and they look like ruins. So you can kind of be sneaky and escape notice and all that. Oh, I don't know why I'm so tired. I wish I knew, but I don't know. Alright, so they are destroyed. Alright, oh dear, look at all of these A lot of these armies have plagues and all that. Well, that's interesting. Alright, folks, so that is going to be it. And that Kofefe, I do, Omar, I do. So that's going to be it here for today. Thanks for watching. We will continue this next Wednesday. But for next Thursday, or this Thursday coming up, we're going to be doing, well, tomorrow, we're going to be doing Dragon Age Origins. So that'll be interesting. Saturday, it looks like we're going to be doing a Minecraft stream. So that'll be interesting as well. Haven't played much of Minecraft lately, but that will be at 2 p.m. Central Time. And tomorrow's stream will be at the usual 11 p.m. Central. So thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you all tomorrow.